Simone, and today I want to show you my summer travel album for 2016. I have started doing this in a Midori insert. It's a 003 insert, and I started in the summer in July, I think, and then I got stuck because I didn't like the way I ended the last page, and I somehow was never inspired to continue. But yesterday, out of I don't know why, I just had the idea to redo what I didn't like, and I'm so inspired to work in this. And so I thought maybe you would like to see my process of journaling in this travel album. But before I do this, I would like to show you what I have so far, so that you can see the way I would like to have this whole journal. And I would also like to show you my supplies so that you just know what I'm working with. So this is the cover. I added this awesome postcard of California because this is where we traveled. And on the back I will add stickers and other ephemera that I will find in my whole big box of ephemera. And I'll just take this out. This is for the next page. So the beginning says hello summer, and then I have the start of our first trip. We went to Big Sur. I added a map and stated the campground and the state parks that we visited. I added in a postcard, and then I just started and didn't really have a certain style in mind. I just, as with everything I do, I just try things out and see what they look like, and if I don't like them, then I'll just turn the page and do it better on the other side. So this is our hike in Andrew Molera State Park. So this is our hike from Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park, and I didn't really have any photos, so I just added two of them, marked on the map where I took it, and talked a little about the hike. And this is about the campground where we stayed, and what we ate, what we had in our cooler, and what we did in the evening. And I bought this cut apart sheet from, I think it's Cartabella, and I also think that this is the designer from that was usually designing for October Afternoon, and I just really love his retro designs, so I added them in. I'm trying to add as much as I can into this travel journal. And this is the story of when we went shopping in the outlets on our way home. And then I had a brush script quote that I added here, and then I made this page, and this next to this page just didn't look right. So I didn't really like it. I wasn't really feeling it. And then I added a whole map of Yosemite on the back of this page, and I got stuck. So yesterday I thought, well, I don't really know why I even started it, but I decided to cover this quote up with pattern paper, and I went through my Coco Daisy August kit, and it's an awesome kit for a travel journal. So I will just use this for my journal, and I added the ephemera pack that was included here. It's from Pink Paisley, the Outfitters, I think, and I went through there and added this, and it's so great because the map actually, this is Yosemite and this is where we went, so I just it worked out fine. And then I ripped out the map that I glued down here, and it, yeah, it didn't really tear the page, but it just thinned it out, so you can actually see it here, but I don't care. I love that it didn't rip, and I will just keep it like that. And then I just cut out a small part of the map that is actually necessary for me to tell my story. And I added some pattern paper because I needed to cover this up. It was full of glue. And I journaled, added some photos, and added this postcard. And I really love how this turned out. This is exactly the way I would like to have this whole journal look. And that's because I'm quite journal heavy here. I would like to continue doing that. I don't really need large photos to tell the story, because yeah, it's more about this awesome experience of having this journal. And if I really want to have the photos big, I could actually print them and hang them on the wall. But this is what I want my journal to be like. So this is what I did yesterday, and today I want to continue with this side. I have already pulled out the ephemera that I'm going to use. It's the map of Half Dome Village. This is where we slept. And I also have this journaling card that will fit perfectly with this. I have this ephemera piece that I might add. I have 3 photos that go with the story. And I also ripped out this page of the Yosemite Park magazine, and it has a photo of the tent cabins that we slept in, because guess what? I didn't take one single picture of the tents from the outside. So I thought, well, this will do for the journal. But before I start working on my journal, I want to show you what I have in my box, what supplies I use. So I'm speeding up this part. This is where I keep all of my ephemera from each of the trips, and this is the complete August 2016 Cocoa Daisy kit, exclusive papers by Arlie. That's a wood grain white cardstock to a green and a blue cardstock. This paper, that's from Simple Stories. I don't think I'll use it, but these are very versatile for travel trips. That's another exclusive. And yeah, I love that paper and the backside of this one. And I put all of the different ephemera from each trip, from each place we went, into Ziploc bags. And this is an Evalicious puffy sticker stamp set, Pink Paisley Outfitters ephemera pack, washi tape, different styles. And then I also put together several embellishments that just go with summer and travel, hiking, the beach, and stuff like that. And also, these were all in one ephemera pack, and they work perfectly well as tip-ins. And this was a journal tag paper pad from the Die Cuts with a View. I got it at Joann's, and I thought, well, it would be perfect. So now let's start the process. This is the map of Half Dome Village. I only want to have the part of it that shows where we stayed and where we ate. And I'm going to cut it with my cutter because I just can't stand crooked lines. That's why I'm also going to get a new cutter for Christmas. My husband doesn't know that yet, but he is going to give me a new cutter for my scrapbooking, because this one cuts crooked lines and I can't stand not having right angles. So this die cut is too big for that, so I have to think if I want to use it or not. And I don't like the backside of that journaling card, and since I don't really need that much space to journal, I think I'm just going to stick that in. And so I'm cutting the bottom of that. And I found that when I pre-score the grease, it actually works when you put in thin paper and do not cut it in half in the middle. So yeah, that's, and you also have to be careful. Do not put glue right next to the grease. Just leave some space so that it has room to move. And then it actually works. But I think if you do this on every page, it won't. So I hope I have, yeah, for the next page, I don't have a map or anything like that. So I'm sticking in the first part, and then I'm again scoring again and putting on more glue. And a glue gun, using a glue gun with a traveler's journal is really stupid because it's way too big, but I don't want to invest in any other glue, so I just have to make it work. And wet glue is not good as well because I am a very messy gluer, and so everything is sticky afterwards and the pages stick together. So I should be more mindful of that. So yeah, I don't know if this is a good taping angle because maybe it's too close because you never see what I do. I always have to glue right on top of my journal and I don't want to do that. So I wasn't sure if I was closing the gap or if I should leave that space open. I decided to put the journaling card down so that it looks nice on the bottom and just cover up the gap with the paper and the photos. So I decided to not use any pattern paper and just use the green cardstock as a background. It didn't stick out enough, so I wanted a frame, and yeah, I think that works well here. And now I'm using my ruler to stick things down straight, and I'm measuring here that it's got the same distance from the bottom. And yeah, I also do not really care if things are chronologically on that spread because we didn't sleep and then eat dinner, but it just worked better because the map, the circle where we slept was over there to the left, so I thought it would fit better if we have the tent and the sleeping part on the left, and the dinner we had and eating was to the right in the green building. And so yeah, it just made more sense even though it's not the right timing. But since I'm also journaling a lot, you will know why the pictures are there because of when you read the text, you will know what happens. So now I'm looking for something to put on some embellishments, and I wasn't sure if I was going to cover up that white space to the left because I thought it would be probably pretty awkward to journal there, but I also thought that I needed something underneath the pictures. It just they looked like they were not grounded enough. So I end up moving that scallop border and cutting it down a little and placing it underneath the, yeah, right there. But it's too big, I think, so I'm just trimming it and putting it there. And now I like the way the two photos of the dinner just sit on top of that scallop border. And now I'm journaling and I'm actually creating these two awkward spaces right next to the border, and I will add some washi tape later after I'm finished with the journaling. And I'm just talking about that we had dinner and we had pizza and that it was really nice. I was actually a bit worried how it would be because there were so many people, but we were able to grab a table and the kids behaved well, and even my little nephew, who is only 2, was very nice to have. And that night it was the basketball finals, and so the bar was full and everyone cheered for Dub Nation, but unfortunately they lost. So then I wrote about that it got dark very quickly, and then we had to rush back to the tent cabins, and we just did a quick wash and went to bed. And I actually didn't sleep well at all. My imagination just went wild with me. I felt the bed bugs. I felt everything. It smelled strange. People were talking, and it was awful. So I was glad to have my Kindle with me. And I'm done. Thank you so much for watching me working on this journal. I will do more of these process videos because I really have fun working on that project again. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel and come back for more. I will put up a process video next week, and have a great time. Until then, see you next time. Bye.